Hey, students. Mr. Tanner here, or Mr. Steed, whatever. Um, Today I'm going to be teaching you about PowerPoint presentation. It's a really cool tool that you can use for making presentations for class. We'll be using this probably a lot, along with some other software. But today, for PowerPoint presentation, we're going to start with the title page. So when you come in, it looks fairly similar to Word, if you ask me, or it's similar to Google Docs, which I know you guys are familiar with. The only difference between this and Word is that you have different slides. So it's like different pages in Word that you can transition to. So this is our title page. Title page. Yeah. So it's looking pretty boring, but so we're going to make it a little bit prettier. So I've got my title. It's going to be called title page. What about my name? So by Mr. Tanner Steed. How's that? Make sure to capitalize. And it's still looking pretty boring. So we're going to go up to these tabs in the top, and if you go along and see design, we're going to pick a design that that we like. That's pretty cool. But I want it to be, a little bit more groovy, if you will. Ooh, I like that. So for our theme, we're going to do this yellow and white one. So here's our title page. Let's add another slide. So it's like adding another page, like in Word. So we're going to go right over here to Add Slide. Just click it, and notice how it's already got a theme that's similar to the title page. It's the same as the title page. So yeah, it's pretty standard. It's very similar to Word, where we can type whatever we want. And let's say we didn't like that font. We can go here, just like in Word, and change it to something better for whatever project we're doing. You can center it, you can put it to the right, to the left, you can make it bold, italics, as long as you highlight. Notice how I'm highlighting. They have different shapes that you can insert here. They're like quick shapes. So let's say I want an arrow right here. It's cool because it's every time you add a shape, it'll be the same theme as what your theme is if you picked one out. So that looks pretty cool. You can tap some information here. Now notice how I can't see it, and I don't know about you, but I think it would be cool if this shape was behind the text. In fact, let's move it up here and maybe push it behind the text. In order to do that, you go over to this arrange box right here, and you can go bring to front, send to back, bring forward, and send backward. So send backward's just going to go one step behind whatever you have. I want this to be all the way at the back. So we're going to send all the way to the back. Nice. So now we can read our text. We've got the shape, and we can continue to type away whatever we need to type. Oh, wow. Whatever. Teachers make mistakes too, kids. All right. You can also change the colors of your shapes and text boxes or whatever you want. You can change the color of your text. Say we want it red. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's a good start. So we've got our title page, we've got our next slide, and now we're going to move over to Insert. So we can go to online pictures or pictures on our computers. Right now I'm just going to use Bing search. So what should we look up? A tree cartoon. So I've got Creative Commons only set up, so I know I can use any of these pictures. So here's my picture of the tree I just inserted. Remember I went to Insert, Online Pictures, and then I typed in whatever I needed, and it popped up right here. Now when I click back on the tree, it automatically switches to the tab Format. So with Format, you can go around and maybe add a frame if you want it to have that look. I'm not digging that. How about, ooh, a circle, that's cool. Check out the shading, that's nice. So this tree is pretty cool, but I would like for it to be slightly rotated. So we're going to go up and see my mouse around above the tree. We can click onto this knob and hold it down, and we can rotate it any direction that we'd like. So maybe I want it off to the side for some reason. Nice. I like that. So you can do corrections. Anytime you're working with an object, you can click on it and then go to Format, and you can add whatever you'd like. See here, I'm adding a frame around that. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, you can just play around with the different tabs and make it exactly how you would like it to be. Alright, so next up, we're going to go to transitions. So this is the cool thing about PowerPoint. We can go from one document to the next. So one page to the next, like in Word. And to make it a little bit more engaging, you might want to add a transition. So how about we go with split? Did you see that? So if we go over to slideshow and click that and go from the beginning, and this is a sample presentation, so this is kind of what you would see when you are giving your presentation. To switch over to the next slide, you can click your mouse, or you can click the space bar. When I click it, it has a transition and makes it a little bit more engaging going to the next slide. Alright, so how about we go to animations? So let's go back to our title page. Let's say we want to make an animation of the title. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the title. It selects the entire box. And we went to animations, and now we're going to choose any of these animations. So not only do slides have transitions and animations, but we can make specific things on the slides have an animation. So if you saw that it's floating in, we can go from the beginning on our slideshow, and notice how it isn't there yet. We have to click the spacebar, and it slides in, makes it more engaging for the audience. And we can go to our next. You can also record slideshows. So if you wanted to put it on YouTube, or if you wanted to put your presentation, or just press play with your presentation without having to talk, you already recorded yourself and the presentation, then you can use this record slideshow option. Go to review. So if you're worried about your spelling, there's a spell check, there's a research place for proofing. You can always use like the internet Google Chrome or whatever you need to use. They have a thesaurus. They have translation. Don't know if you guys will use much of that. New comment. Let's see. I mean, that's pretty much the basics of PowerPoint presentation. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me in class, or you can comment on my website. Thanks for listening. Now you know how to use PowerPoint presentation. Enjoy the rest of your day.